Hello, and welcome to another edition of Coffee Talk with immigration attorney Brian D. Lerner. I'm going to do a few more updated videos on the EB-5 investment visa because there's some issues that have arisen, there's some new developments, there's different things we need to look at. So I won't do everything in one large video and bore you to death, but rather I'll take a different subject on each particular video, break it down, and go from there. So as you can note, the title of this video is EB-5 closed for China. What does that mean? Well, the EB-5 program, which is the investment visa program, and you're looking at either 500,000 or a million investment. Plus, of course, all the associated fees, the attorney's fees, the agent fees, if you're doing a regional center, they have fees. So basically add another 100,000, give or take, for all those fees. But there's only supposed to be 10,000 EB-5s issued per year. Okay, and that includes not just the investor but the family as well. And so if you're coming over with a spouse and 4 children, well, that's 6 EB-5s right there. And so the way that it works is that there's a certain number that are issued, and once a country exceeds its particular designated amount, then it gets stopped and it becomes unavailable from that point, and then it opens up again. So what I'm saying is that for now, and this was as of 2 days ago, China, for the first time since the program was started, is not able at this point to have any more EB-5s issued at this point until it opens up again the next fiscal year, which is October. But what's going to happen, unless Congress changes something, perhaps they'll issue laws making more EB-5s. Perhaps they'll issue laws making it so just the primary applicant is the one that uses or counts against the cap of EB-5s, and so forth. And so if you're from China, right now, it's closed up. It'll open up again in October, but as the time goes on and more people want to get EB-5s from China, the wait is going to be longer and longer, and it is anticipated the wait is going to go up years at a time. So what does this mean if you're from China? Well, of the EB-5 program, 80 to 85% of all EB-5 applicants come from China. They have a very coordinated system in China right now. They have agents, they're called migration agents, and they are very knowledgeable about the whole process. They are the ones that put together the investors with the regional centers, and the regional center is designated entity of space that you can get a $500,000 investment. And what happens is these regional centers, they have these fantastic buildings going up and shopping centers and restaurants and all kinds of structures, and they really don't seem to be having trouble getting the amount of investment needed in which to do the project. So if the project, basically means that they have to raise $50 million of cash, divide that by 500,000, and that is the amount of people that they need to get. And the way that it normally works is the migration agents in China do their scoping out for qualified investors. They then introduce them to the regional centers, and everybody does their due diligence. The money comes forward, and then they apply for the 526, in which case, keep in mind that applying just for the 526 itself is not stopped. Okay, that can still go forward, but once the 526 would be approved, then what's going to happen is normally the people would go through what's called consulate processing to get the green cards for themselves, their spouses, and their children. That is stopped, and that's going to be delayed. And if you look in the future a little bit, what's going to happen when it starts being delayed for 2 years and 3 years and 4 years, what's going to happen is the kids who are 15, 16, or 17, they're going to age out, and they're not going to be able to ride the coattails of their mom or dad who's coming on the EB-5. They're going to have to find their own way. And considering the fact that the vast majority of the Chinese that are coming into the U.S. for EB-5 purposes are now really doing it because they want the green card. They're doing it because they want their kids to come here and go to college and have a good education. What is happening is that is going to change. They are going to age out, thereby making it so that the whole incentive for the Chinese to come to get the EB-5 is going to erode and slowly make it so that they are not as willing to do the EB-5 and to put that amount of money if the sole purpose or the real purpose is not met. So what's going to happen is, considering the fact that the children are the major purpose, what they can do is they can gift the money to their children. Okay, so this is an expensive proposition. So if they have, for example, like 3 children, then that's 500,000 per child. The child then becomes the investor. The child then applies for the EB-5, and the age out question then becomes moot because it is the child individually that is applying, and then the child can get the EB-5, come to the U.S., get the green card, and then later file the I-829, which is to remove the 2-year conditional residency, then ultimately become a permanent resident, and ultimately apply for citizenship, and then lastly apply for their parents to come as lawful permanent residents. Not exactly a perfect situation, but it will alleviate the age out issue. Now, I want to mention that the only country on the planet that is essentially stopped at this point, where it's unavailable to get EB-5s, is only China. It's nowhere else on the planet. Even if you're from Taiwan, if you're from India, if you're from Venezuela, if you're from the UK, all these other places that are starting to get more of an interest in the EB-5 investment, you can go forward as normal, as usual. You don't have to worry that the fact that China has been over subscribed to this EB-5 and that they are capped, that there will be any delay whatsoever. I mean, there's not even a country that comes close to being unavailable with the EB-5. So in fact, if you were thinking of applying for the EB-5 investment visa and you are not from China, go right ahead. Okay, don't let this stop you regarding the cap of China. Okay, that's it for this video, or this part of the EB-5 updates. More on the coming videos.